Oh, it's you, Reed. Your color's not looking half bad. If you were looking any worse, I was gonna have you drink some of my new vegetable juice I've been concocting. I'm perfectly fine without that, so thanks. How many new recipes have you made since I was away anyway? My creativity is infinite, Reen. I'm always striving to make the finest dishes in the land. You were brushing up on your own cooking skills at the academy, weren't you? Yeah, my classmates and I were cooking for ourselves at one point. Wait a sec, where'd my recipe book go? Did you lose it? I guess so. There are all kinds of different recipes written down too. Well, you went out of your way to come and see me, so I suppose this is the least I could do. Take this, here. Receive the recipe book. Is this a new recipe book? It's a spare that I had lying around, so go ahead and use it. Take these too. Receive the recipe for salty onigiri. And the ingredients necessary. This is what Elise often used to bring to me while I was training. Sure it's okay for me just to take these? Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to see that you came to understand the joys of cooking while you're at the academy. And besides, taking the time to enjoy cooking should help to lift your spirit somewhat. It's a simple recipe, so why not go and make it with your family? Thanks so much then. We are now able to use the recipe part of the notebook. This part here. As you can tell, you know I warned you before. Right, here you go, salty onigiri. We're now able to make as many of these as we feel like because I've got all my ingredients back. Now, you know how earlier I was warning you? I really need to fix the part that's camera's important. Give me a minute. No, that's the save menu. System. Options. Why is that inverted? That's better. Anyway, now, you know I was telling you before that you were to expect a power jump? Now, before we were level 40, and I was saying how 40 is okay, but it feels like Reen's been slacking a bit. So I went, and I got my New Game Plus data, and I loaded my New Game Plus data, and now Reen is 141. Okay, now some of you might be thinking, that's a bit insane. You're wrong, because the level cap in this game is something between 175 and 200. So actually, for the fact that this is New Game Plus, that's kind of sad. Should be a lot higher than that. But, you know, no harm, no foul. So, seeing as how we now have our wonderful, powerful levels back, and stupidly powerful weaponry, which is not equipped by the way. I deliberately made sure just to equip the basic stuff, which was the reinforced craft and the proxy puppet. And our quartz is the exact same, I just matched what we had before. I might have changed that to attack too, I don't remember. So, we're not as brokenly powerful as we could be, and we're staying that way. Because if we did go as brokenly powerful as we should be, then, dear God, we'd be done in 20 minutes. That's not necessarily true, but it's the idea. So, no. Anyway, now that that's all sorted, and we're now as gloriously powerful as we should be, we don't have to worry about being brutally murdered by a dog, or a bird, or a plane, or anything in between. Hopefully. Anyway, it's good to see you again, Lisa. Oh, Reen, it's good to see you too. I was so worried about you after hearing that you vanished over in Trista. You and Luke have always been like little brothers to me. Little brothers who are going to make me go prematurely grey. Sorry. Don't you think I might be a little bit too old to be a little brother though? Age has nothing to do with it. I still have plenty that I want to ask you, but that can wait for another time. Right now I'm happy to have you back. Please take this chance to rest and recover from all you've been through. She really is the epitome of the perfect older sister. Kind as can be and always looking out for everyone. It's funny how nostalgic it feels to have her caring for me like this. That's not how long ago I was last here. Hello, Father. I hear you were kind enough to come and see me last night, Father. I just wanted to come thank you for that. Think nothing of it, Reen. I'll always do my best to aid you however I can. You'll always be a pupil of mine after all. I'm simply relieved to see that you're still well. A lot seems to have happened to you in these past 2 months. Yeah, you could say that again. It really has helped me in more ways than I can count. Helping me study for exams, giving me advice when I needed it. Sometimes I feel like I'm relying on him too much, but he's so smart and helpful that I end up doing it anyway. I can see that you're quite the lost lamb at the moment, Reen. But hurrying to find a way forward is not the best course of action. First, you should reflect on yourself and your surroundings. Yes, Father. He's probably right. I need to take this chance to cool my head and think about things. Cheers. Besides, it doesn't hurt to just walk around and talk to people every now and again. Oh yeah, speaking of talking to people every now and again, because this is the PS4 remake, you're going to be hearing a lot more people, and not just, "Hi, how are you doing? I'm Rian. Oh, this is Class 7. Yeah, I mean, it's all me." No, they've added, and I quote, 50% more voice lines. Which is more like saying 1.5 times what we originally had, but still, it's an extra bunch, which means you don't have to hear me continuously, which some people might enjoy. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody really comments much nowadays, so I don't know if you prefer hearing me over them, or if you'd rather hear the characters the way they're meant to be, well, heard. Which, to be honest, is how I'd rather it be too. But anyway.
She's praying so intently. Thinking about it, she must be even more distressed right now than I am.
Why, hello, Reen! You're looking rather well today. Much better than you were yesterday, at any rate.
I feel loads better, actually. Thanks. How about you? Are you managing all right here? I'm guessing life in a tiny village like this is harder than you're used to. If there's anything I can do to make things easier for you, though, don't hesitate to let me know.
Oh, not at all. I've been simply loving my stay here. The scenery is stunning. The hot springs are oh so soothing. To say nothing of your mother's spectacular cooking. I'm having the time of my life here. I almost envy Elise for growing up in such a wonderful place.
I'm happy to hear you say that. Still.
On top of all that, I was able to reunite with you here. Oh, and meet a mysterious talking cat, too. Not everyone gets to do that now, do they? I still haven't had the pleasure of meeting that Ashen Knight of yours, however. Perhaps I might have the chance once he wakes up? I suppose I can dream.
Well... I realize I'm the last person who has any right to say this, but there's no need to force yourself to bottle everything up and put on a brave face. I know how worried I am about my classmates, so I can only imagine how you must feel.
I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to be royalty. I shouldn't be getting all worked up about something like this, but just thinking of what my family must be going through is just too much to bear. Cedric and we had a fight on the morning it all happened. I was planning to make up with him that evening, but
I'm sure he won't hold that against you. You'll be able to make up with him next time you see him. I'm sure that'll be sooner than you think, too. In the meantime, there's no need to force yourself to seem like being apart from them isn't bothering you. Royalty or not, no one would blame you for being worried or upset. And every single one of us here wants to do what we can to help you.
Thank you. I'm fine now. I hope I don't sound ungrateful, but I think you should be spending more time with Elise rather than me. This is your first chance in a while to spend some quality time together. I'd hate to take that away from her.
Why? I mean, it's true that she's a little more dependent on me than you'd expect for a girl her age. But that doesn't mean she needs me hovering around her all the time. Then again, she did seem more shaken up than usual. Maybe you're right. I should try and cheer her up while I still can.
That's not exactly what I meant. Oh, this is so difficult on a fair maiden's heart, I hope you know. You're just making me wish you were my brother all the more!
Why?
Sorry. Speaking of lines that were voiced that weren't originally, well, that's some of them, so... I'm with Reno on that one. I have no idea. I'm trying to think. Now, we all know that Cold Steel is notorious for hiding quests in places that you're never gonna look twice at. And this is no different. Actually, speaking of some things that I should bring up, actually, is, Yo, now we're on New Game Plus. So we've got masses of playtime, lots more media, and maybe not lots more media, I think we've got less media. And something else, and more quartz, etc. There is a few other things I've ended up with that I shouldn't have just yet. For instance, the Imperial Chronicle that we were reading out earlier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought most of them as we were going around originally, so don't expect me to open the notepad anytime soon. Spoilers and that's them. Although I think they hide them until later on. They're not quite as daft as we think they are. Anyway, speaking of being daft, onwards. Didn't think it would let me go this way. Okay. Alright. Can I explore further or... Nah, I thought there was enough. Alright, let's see how many dastardly little fishies I can catch today. Wasn't expecting to find someone fishing here. Well, there's a whole lot of monsters here though, so she should be safe if she doesn't stray too far. And just to my duty! I'm a student from Thorn's Military Academy. Sorry for disturbing you. Oh, there's no need to apologise. If anyone should be sorry, it was me for overreacting the way I did. Actually, since you are a student of Thor's, you wouldn't happen to know a guy named Kenneth, would you? Kenneth? I do actually. He's in the Imperial Fishing Club. Yeah. That's the guy! That's wonderful news! But I actually might know where I could find him as well. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I've got no idea about that one. Really? That's not so wonderful. So you know him too, huh? Indeed. When the war first broke out, we fled Trista together. But on the way, he told me that he had something he needed to take care of and asked me to go on alone. He promised to meet me here in Ymir, but there's been no sign of him since. That's unfortunate. Not that I believe anything untoward could possibly have happened to him, of course. After all, there's nothing in this world that can crush the spirit of us anglers. When it comes to survival, even soldiers can't hold a candle to us. Right. That said, you're looking a little glum. At times like these, there's nothing like a spot of fishing to help cheer you up. If you know Kenneth, it's only fair for me to assume that you're a fan of fishing too. I am. In fact, Kenneth even gave me a title. White Angler, I think it was? I don't have my fishing gear with me anymore, though. Did he now? Sounds like you're still learning the ropes of fishing, then. In that case, please take these. Are you sure about this? Sure, I'm sure. Kenneth left me in charge of some of his fishing gear, after all. He instructed me to give them away if I were to cross paths with any promising young fishing enthusiasts. So, go on. They're rightfully yours. That does sound like Kenneth. Alright, thank you very much. And since you've got your new notebook open, I've taken the liberty of writing down your current title to help you keep track. You'll begin as a bronze angler, judged by the same standards as any professional. Aim for the top and become a fishing god. I have plenty of prizes you can exchange your angler points for, so beyond being pure and bloody fun, fishing should prove worth your while. I'll try and do so when I've got the chance then.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
Now, speaking of fishing, what she's getting on about, if we go into my notebook, is the fishing tab here. There are multiple fishing types. Also, I have no idea how I gold angler already. Alright, yeah. Because all these fishing boat nonsense here, which as you can tell, I've not got them all, but all these fishing nonsense carries over to New Game Plus, it seems, as does a lot of the other book stuff, which we're not going into. Fishing, I feel like, isn't a spoiler, it's a fish. Anyway. So on those lines, as your angler rank is written down, but because I carried over my new game data from the original Cold Steel on the Vita to the Cold Steel 2 on the Vita, is I played one a lot, so I was the white angler that he mentions there, which is actually above gold, and obviously now that we got it in the second one, and then we played all the way through it originally, and then did New Game Plus, I became gold. Which isn't too bad, but anyway, so let's start fishing now. The various rods you get are the feather rod, which is the basicest, most fundamental, then there's the excellent rod, which is the medium one, and then there's the liquid star, which is probably the best rod there is, which is what I'm sticking with for now. Anyway, I do not remember how you fish. I'm gonna hope there'll be a prompt or a button mash. Okay. Oh, right. Alright, yep, button mash. Okay, this we can do. Now we just gotta do that. And we're done. So, same fishing as the first game. Good.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not great though. Now the upside to fishing is you get your CP back, you get various items, and thought I saw something for a second now. You get various items, you get various rewards, and it's always nice to talk about. Oh my, you've caught so many more fish than last time we've spoken. I mean, one, sure. Enough to become a gold angler, which also happens to be my rank. I'm stunned, Reen. You've made an amazing amount of progress in such a short time. Yeah, I'm just that good at fishing. Thanks. Fishing is pretty addicting, I'll admit. It certainly is. It fills me with so much joy to see someone bitten by the fishing bug. Or perhaps lured in is one more fitting here. Well, never mind that. You can now trade your hard-earned points for even more items. Congratulations. Now go out there and proudly fish like a man possessed. And so I shall. Thanks, Annabelle. Speaking of things, Annabelle, though, can I change my points I've got for anything worth having? No, not really. I did forget to mention that your angler points can also be swapped for, well, quartz. Because there's Byakko, Breeze, and Blind, and these are really good. But, so it does pay. You can also swap the flames too if you want. So if you ever think that you need some money, go ahead. Simple as that. Anyway, all good. Now, can I explore the little more? I guess there's monsters up ahead. Probably shouldn't stray too far from the village. Or not. Oh well. But yes, fishing is actually a fairly good minigame. It's fair fun.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
It's always good fun to try and just take your mind off some things. As well as, you know, like we saw there, it gives you points that you can swap for items, rewards, anything and everything that you quite fancy. It's actually really handy. Anyway, now that we've done all this and we've talked to everybody, let me just double check on the list real quick. I'm not sure what you have to apologize for, especially after what you've done for Reen. But regardless, please do tell me if there's anything I can do to make your time here more pleasant. You don't need to go out of your way for me, really. Kind of entertaining to watch her squirm from all of Elise's attention. Make her suffer. That damn cat's it's that damn cat's reason that we're fucking here. If she had let me do what I wanted, we wouldn't have had this problem. Probably would have been dead too, but wouldn't have had this problem. But I do think she might have done the right thing, because I probably would have died. But you never know. Ah, Master Reen, may I help you? Actually, I'd like to use the springs if they're open. Are they open by any chance? Why, yes, of course. As it so happens, cleaning was only finished not too long ago. You can have any, or even all, of them all to yourself if you'd wish. That sounds wonderful, thanks. I might just take you up on your offer. Feels like it's been ages since I've had the chance to enjoy them. The entrance is to the right. Enjoy yourself, Master Reen. Cheers. They were cleaning them a minute ago, so yeah. I'm not going in the ladies' side this time. We learned our lesson, and that maid is still there. So, should I go to the baths now? Maybe I should go around and let everyone know I'm okay first. They've all been so worried. Entering the baths will cause the main story to advance. Well, I've already talked to everybody, though. At least I think I've talked to everybody, though. Yeah, bugger it. Let's just go inside. Well, they were just cleaned, and I have seen everybody, and somehow became a master fisherman in the last 20 minutes, so, yeah, okay. A nice warm soak while enjoying the scenery sounds like just the right thing I got. Oh, sorry, just the thing right now.
You really can't beat an outdoor hot spring. Feels like all the fatigue that's been building up inside me is melting away. I don't think I realized just how exhausted I was until I came in here. Still, what am I supposed to do now? Chancellor Osborne's been shot, the capital's been occupied, and now even Trista and the Academy are under the Noble Alliance's control. Then there's Crow. I was practically a joke. I didn't stand a chance against him. Even borrowing the power of something like a Divine Knight wasn't enough to fight him on equal terms. Far from it. It was hopeless from the start. I didn't realize before, but he was holding back against me the whole time. Even without that trump card of his, he could have defeated me effortlessly. And yet there was me, all happy, thinking that I'd won, right before he knocked me back with a single blow. If only I wasn't so weak. If only I'd been able to hold my ground, maybe things would have been different. Instead, I ended up running away and leaving everyone else behind. There's no point in blaming how things ended on Celine or Valimar. None of this is their fault. This is all on me. Because of that, I've lost everything. I'd finally found a place where I felt I belonged, and people to share it with, and I lost it all. I thought my life was finally gaining some direction, but now I feel totally lost again.
Rean? Sorry if I'm bothering you.
Elise, did you want to use the springs too?
I heard you were here. So I thought that perhaps I could come and join you.
I mean, I know we used to come in here together when we were kids, but we're a little old for that now, don't you think? I'm not so sure it's the best idea.
Please, we're siblings. There's no need to feel so self-conscious. And you must be exhausted after all that's happened. So I thought the least I could do was come and wash your back for you. The water's nice and toasty, huh? Truth be told, I haven't taken a dip here for some time. I'd forgotten how pleasant it was to sit here and admire the snow.
Yeah, same here. Bathing during the fall when the leaves are changing has its charms, but something about watching the snow really relaxes me. And it's plenty relaxing even without a bottle of sake in hand, despite what Master Kafai might tell you.
He's always been a heavy drinker. To say nothing of the fact that Father can never turn down the opportunity to help him finish a bottle or three whenever he visits.
I'm sorry. You came out here because you were worried, didn't you?
Oh no, not at all. That wasn't why I came here at all. It's just that...
You're not the only one. It's like everyone I meet has to go out of their way for me. It's how things have been for my whole life. How everyone feels like they have to be around me.
What do you mean?
It happened the day Dad picked me up in that blizzard 12 years ago. It happened the day when I lost control and scared you 8 years ago. It happened the day Master Kafai cut short my years of training. It even happened only last month, when everyone risked their lives so that I, and I alone, could be saved.
That's not...
Looking back on my life, I've been too fortunate for my own good. All I've done is bask in the kindness of everyone I know, giving nothing worthwhile in return. On the contrary, I've brought nothing but misfortune to them instead. Like I'm some kind of curse. I don't have the right to be treated kindly. I don't deserve to have others putting themselves out for me. Not when I seemingly can't do a thing to return that kindness and am too weak to fight for them when they need it most. None of this should have ever happened. If I'd known it would, if I'd known things would ever become like this, then I'd never have gone to the academy to begin with.
Stop! Do you seriously mean all that you've just said? The right to be treated kindly? And who exactly decides who has that right, whatever that's supposed to be? I don't look out for you because I expect something in return or because I want you to defend me. Acts of kindness aren't debts to be repaid. I look out for you because I care about you, because you're important to me. And I'm sure that Mother, Father, Master Kafai, your classmates, and all of your other acquaintances feel the same. So please, from the bottom of my heart, please don't say that you don't have the right to be treated kindly. Of course you do. You just don't realize it. You care so much about the people who matter to you. So why can't you understand that those people care just as much about you? Think back to that day when you were separated from your classmates. What kind of expressions did they have when you parted from them?
They... They were smiling. They all believed that we'd see each other again. That no matter what happened along the way, we'd all be reunited. And that one day, we'd move forward together as a class again, just like we did before. Maybe there's nothing wrong with feeling lost and impatient from time to time. I believe in all of them, and if they see me as worthy of their trust, then I'd like to try and believe in myself too. We're classmates, and more than that, we're friends. So long as I keep moving forward, I'm sure that somewhere, someday, our paths will cross again.
I think so too, Rean.
Thanks, Elise. I feel like you gave me exactly what I needed to move forward.
You don't need to thank me. I didn't do anything. All I did was remind you of something you already knew. It was your time at the academy that gave you what you needed. I admit, I am a little envious of your classmates, though.
Still, I'm really thankful to have you in my life. I might not be the most dependable brother in the world, but I'd appreciate it if you kept looking out for me. And while it might be a ways away, I'll keep striving to be an older brother you can be proud of.
I'm always proud of you, you know? And of course I will. I see all's well that ends well. Your Highness?
And you've brought Selim, too.
Hope you don't mind us barging in. What brings you here? I heard that you were both here from Toval, so I thought I might come along and see how everything was going. Besides, how could I pass up a chance to help cheer up Rean? And oh, what a heartwarming sight I happened to stumble upon during my humble quest. Considering you were waiting for the perfect time to make your grand entrance, stumbling is a stretch.
You were waiting?
Were you listening in the whole time? Elise, have you ever known me to be so unladylike? But I see you've done a fine enough job for the both of us. Oh, the bond between siblings is truly a miraculous thing. Not only do you share an unwavering kinship, but you'll always have the tender embrace of skinship within reach. I'm so jealous.
I appreciate your concern, though. Still, Elise is one thing, but I'm not entirely comfortable sharing the springs with you, Your Highness.
Oh, come now, Rean. This is the bath. Ranks are stripped once our clothes are, as far as I'm concerned. That being said, may I join Elise in washing your back as well? This would make the perfect chance for us to finally strengthen our bond as honorary siblings. Wouldn't you agree? Your Highness, please! I'm sorry, okay?
Huh?
About, you know, things. I'm not exactly all that cognizant of human feelings and the like. Emma often points out as much. But thinking back, I have done some things that were probably quite insensitive in your eyes.
Look at you.
Huh?
If anything, I should be the one apologizing. I shouldn't have taken my frustrations out on you like that. Can you forgive me?
Forgive you? Why would I need to... I really don't get you sometimes. What was that? That sounded like...
I know exactly what that was. It's that magic knight we ran into on the way down the mountain.
I had a feeling Toval's art wasn't enough to finish it off. But the fact it's still active isn't the only problem. It sounds like it's coming this way.